What's up, peeps? It's your boy Pat the Awesome Dude. Welcome back to Pat the Tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to install Windows 95 on VMware. So, to install Windows 95, all you need to do is do the steps that I did earlier. See, I've just added the Windows 95 ISO. So, all you need to do, create a new virtual machine. Make sure it's set to workstation 6.5 to 7.x. Then Windows 95. Then just name your virtual machine. Keep those the same. You make sure to keep that. And then customize hardware. And then add a floppy drive. So I already created that, so I'm just gonna power on this virtual machine. Thankfully, before you install Windows 95, make sure to install MS-DOS. For this one, I installed 7.5 MS-DOS, and then make sure you then change to D drive, and then press setup, and then press enter. As you can see, it's going to take a while. It's going to take some time to load. So make sure that make sure that ScanDisk does its thing, because that needs to be done before we can begin our installation into Windows 95. Yeah, just let that install. Do we have file system? Make sure we have free space. Now, welcome to Windows 95 setup, and also you can install it with MS-DOS 6.22. I just did MS-DOS 7.1 for this tutorial. Yeah, you must agree to the end user license agreement. Well, Windows 95 setup, choose directory. So if you want to go for a normal installation, go for typical, or if you just want to do portable, you can, or compact. To unlock the full potential, go custom. But for the purposes of review, I would go custom since I'd like to unlock the true potential of Windows 95. Now, this is a bit where you type in the product key. The product key will be provided in the link in the description below. So, I'm just going to type that in quickly, and then I'll skip ahead and after I type in the product key. Okay, I just typed in the product key, and now it's time to type in the user information. And as always, my name is, of course, Pat the Awesome Dude. We'll go next. Analyzing computer. Yes, recommended. I just need to get the sound MIDI or video capture card. We'll install that. Yeah, this is the first Windows version to feature a staple that will become part of the Windows franchise. A start button. And you might be noticing, why is my laptop running Windows XP? Well, it's not running Windows XP, it's actually running Windows 11, but I gave it a taskbar to make it look like Windows XP. But so far it's going. Yeah, computer analyzation could take a while. So any moment now it should get off the computer analyzation area, and then we can move on to the next part of the installation. We go 96, yeah, 97, 98, 99, then we reach 100. Can we reach it? Yes, we can. And this is the bit where we get to unlock the full potential. So, I'm going to add all of it in. Yes, I would like to add the full potential of the multimedia. Then we go into accessories. Then we can add the briefcase, character map, desktop management, desktop wallpaper, games, mouse pointers, net watcher on a user's guide, quick view. Then we can have the system monitor, system resource meter, and Windows 95 tool. So we have the full potential of Windows 95 underway. Then we need dial-up networking and direct cable connection, disk tools. Might as well, we'll also include backup. Then the multimedia will add audio compression, multimedia sound schemes, sample sounds, sound recorder, and volume control. And Windows messaging will also need a Microsoft Mail services. Then next. I'll name my computer Windows 95. And there we go, we have this here. My keyboard layout is British and English Western European languages. My regional settings is British English, and I prefer to keep my user interface Windows 95. No, I do not want a startup disk, as I already have MS-DOS installed. So now is the bit where the installation copies the files. So it's a pretty quick installation. And I also decided to go custom and check all the options, since I feel like unlocking the true potential of this operating system. Also in this tutorial, I'll also show you how to install Microsoft Plus, including Microsoft Plus Kids as well. So as we go through the installation, we'll be underway with Windows 95 in no time. Yes, I'm keeping all these files. Then we can finish that installation and then we can carry on. It says getting ready to run Windows 95 for the first time. So I'm gonna go with the name Pad Awesome Dude. I don't need a password, but we're just installing all the plug and play things we need. So luckily we managed to install everything we need. So GMT, my time zone is not in America, it's actually this one here. Then OK. I just got to configure the messaging for Windows 95. No, I don't want to do Windows messaging, and I don't want to set up a printer. So now we can restart our computer. I'm keeping the CD of Windows 95 in there so I can install Internet Explorer 4.0. As you can see, we are booting into Windows 95. I'll click OK. Oh yeah, we need a final piece of setup. This one is the bit where we install Internet Explorer 4.0. So yeah, as you can see, we're basically just gonna install Internet Explorer 4.0, since it'll be a nice upgrade for the version of Internet Explorer that this thing has. Yeah, Real Player makes it hang here forever. So yeah, with Real Player, it's gonna hang here forever if I install it. So we'll run Task Manager. Actually, I'll send in Control Delete. We'll end the task there. Yep, and that'll be it. The only thing we need to do now is to restart our computer to let this take effect. Also, we'll disconnect our CD. We'll press OK. Windows is now setting up the following items in the desktop settings. Yeah, so Internet Explorer is just gonna optimize my system. Yep, and it also provides the UK channel setup. Yeah, active desktop. I'll just change it back to the original since that's the one I rock the most. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna install VMware. So, we'll just download this here, which will make VMware tools work with Windows 95. So, go to Documents, in my case it's in the Tutorials folder, and there's some in there. We'll throw it in there, and then we'll go into C, and then we'll go into outside of Windows 9X, and then install our VMware tools. We'll go to my computer, and then we'll click VMware tools, and we shall begin the installation. Welcome to the installation wizard for VMware tools. We'll go for the complete setup since I like the installation to be complete. Yeah. Anyways, the SVGA driver failed to install. So no, I'm not going to restart. So, this is the next bit of the installation. We'll go into advanced properties. Yeah, I accidentally pressed the wrong thing. We'll exit the wizard and then we'll go into we'll go in there. We'll change yeah, I'm probably doing something wrong here. Actually, we'll actually go in there. Oh, I might be doing something wrong here. Oh, I think I need to go into monitor and half disk and then go into the video. We'll change to C. Then we'll go into program files and then look for VMware drivers video and Stingo. We found a thing. Why isn't it working? I think I might be doing something wrong here. This is the one I'm looking for. Yeah, we'll apply and we'll click OK. Close this. Yeah, we restart. So, we're just gonna let this install. And once we restart our laptop, and once we restart our virtual machine, there we go. That's a much better image. Then click OK. Yeah, somehow there's no sound. I don't get why there's no sound here. I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial on how to get sound in this operating system. Also, another step of installation that we need is the sound drivers. So VMware Tools doesn't install the sound drivers. We need to install this specific thing here. So we'll connect that and we shall begin the installation of our sound drivers. So we have PCI 128. So we'll click English. Then we'll click OK to begin the installation. Yeah. It's a bit wild typing my personal information, but I'm just gonna pause that bit because I don't want to show you my personal information. Okay, there we go. We got that done. Okay, personal country. I think I went a bit too far. Ugh. So that should be installed now. Now we get into the real installation. Now I'll click yes, next. We want a full installation. Yeah, so as we let Sound Blaster do its installation, I'm gonna tell you one thing. After this installation of our drivers, oh, there we go, we finished it. We'll also need Windows 95. So we'll stick our CD in there. Oh. But I don't think we need that. Anyways, now we've installed Sound Blaster Audio PCI. So we don't need that. I don't think we need to register Sound Blaster. So now we'll empty the recycle. I think it's best that we restart our computer. Restart. There we go. We got the sounds. And also, whilst our computer starts up, we'll throw in our CD of Windows 95 Plus, because that's our next step to our installation. And also, I'm gonna add the Sound Blast SO into the tutorials folder. Tutorials and those. Yeah, it's a different startup sound, but I'm gonna change it back to this usual one. Gonna change it back to its original one. We'll change it back to Windows default. We'll save that as Windows default. Yeah, this one uses the wrong startup. It's actually meant to be the Microsoft Sound. We'll just name it Windows 95 Default. So that's our correct sound. Now we'll reboot it again. Should I get the correct startup? Now with CT Melody, that was actually used for the Sound Blaster setup. But I don't want to have that sound as the startup sound. I prefer my startup sound to be the classic Windows 95 startup sound. Now, there we go, we're in. And there we go, the classic Windows 95 startup sound. Sounds beautiful as always. Now install Windows 95 Plus. So we'll install Plus first, and then we'll install Plus for Kids later. Now let's listen to that startup sound again. Well, isn't that startup sound? Now the do is to install Microsoft Plus. So we'll just click continue, click OK, OK. Now this is the next bit. We need our CD key. The CD key will be provided in the link in the description for Windows 95 Plus. So once I type that in, I'm just gonna skip ahead to the part after I type in the CD key. Okay, so I typed in the CD key now, and then we can continue our installation. Now, we'll click OK, and then we'll let that install. We'll go for a custom installation. We'll change options, make sure everything is selected. Then we'll select all, continue. Dry space will not be installed since there's already a version. System agent. No, I don't want to run system agent. Well, setup is checking for the necessary disk space. And the setup is updating my system. So, as you can see, it's just gonna update my system. As you can see, there we go. Setup will open the desktop themes window to check a theme. Well, there we go, we have the themes here that we have at the moment. It's still not complete at the moment since we're about to install Microsoft Plus for Kids soon. And then that's done. We'll restart Windows now. And then we shall begin our setup of Windows 95, and we'll install Plus for Kids. So we'll throw it in there. So as you can see, it's going to do its reboot. And as we start up Windows 95, you're going to see a different startup screen. It looks pretty much the same as before, but it has added text at the bottom. So yeah, it says Windows 95 Microsoft Plus. We'll click OK. Now we'll insert plus for kids. Now here we have plus for kids. Now it's time to install it. It's pretty much the same as before. Next we need the CD key, and again I'll type that in quickly. Okay, so I've already typed in the CD key. So we'll go for a custom install, and then we'll select all the options. Select all the themes. So yeah, that's all themes on there. We'll continue this. We'll let this install itself. And after we install this, we'll have the full power of Windows 95. Then after we restart, you'll see that Windows 95 is in its completed state. So we'll let that install. Actually, we'll go into full screen so I can show you the cool 16:9 aspect ratio. What I gotta say, ain't that cool? Yeah, I best I'll keep it on there. No, I don't wanna. Yeah, I can select desktop theme, but right now you can choose between other options now. So there we go, the setup is complete. We'll do another reboot to make sure everything's installed properly. And then I'll enter widescreen to show you its completed state. Okay, then we'll click OK. And there we go. Windows 95 is now in its complete state. Now we'll go into properties and look at that. Now we'll go into start, go into control panel, and look at that, desktop themes. Oh yeah, I gotta do one thing. If you want all of the themes, let me let you in onto. Let me show you something. And then we'll cut these, and then we can send them to plus. We'll cut those and then place them inside of the plus folder. There we go. Now we'll wait, wrong button, cut, and then plus, and then themes, then paste it in there, and boom, we got our themes. We'll also delete that file too. Now the only thing we need to do is to change our directory. We'll send it into plus and then into themes. We'll go for this one here. Actually, I'm digging Windows 95 256 color. And there we go. Isn't that beautiful? Now everything's fine. We have to get. Now how about we put more Space Cadet? We don't want the music. So there we go. Windows 95 and it's complete. Accessories, yeah, here. So here we have it in it. Right. So that is it for my installation of Windows 95. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, smash that like button, and I shall talk to you guys. And this is Patterson, the awesome dude, shutting down Windows 95, and I am signing off.